The painting of your life is not an empty canvas. It's already full of colors from your experience, failure, and victories. What matters is that you pick up the brush and start painting with the colors only you love. Hey everyone, it's Kaya. Welcome back to my video. Today, I want to talk about something many of us might not think about. How a simple paintbrush and some colors can become tools for discovering ourselves. Think about how much of our lives we spend looking at other people's canvases. Those perfect Instagram grids, those flawless lives we see every day that make us feel a little bit of envy deep down. It's in those moments that we feel like our own life is missing a color, or maybe it's just colorless. But have you ever thought that behind that perfect frame, maybe no one is truly happy, or that your own life, no matter how simple, is full of colors that no one else has ever seen? Today, I want to talk about dreaming, but not about the big dream of buying a house or car. I mean those small dreams that I live in each of our minds, that safe little world we escape to when we are tired. Dreaming is like a kind of exercise. When I pick up my brush and start to paint, all the extra noise in my mind turns off. It's just me and the colors. This mental exercise has helped me understand how vast my inner world is. Finding a quiet room all to yourself in a crowded, noisy house, where you can finally talk to your real self without anyone judging you. Our lives are so busy that we don't have time to be alone with ourselves. We've forgotten how to be silent. It's easy to silence the outside world, but silencing an inside is a great art. When you learn this art, you'll find that all the answers you've been looking for have always been within you. It's just that hidden noise from other people, from advertisements, from social media, has been so loud that you couldn't hear your voice. Remember when you were kids, how easily we used to dream. We could spend hours lost in our own thoughts, in a world of unicorns and strange heroes, a colorful world that was just ours. But it seems the older we got, the more we lost that road of dreams. You filled that empty space with a lot of shoulds. You should study this subject, you should get that job, you should be like so and so. These should slowly pulled us away from ourselves, so far away that we forgot who we truly are and what we really want. I went down this road myself. There was a time in my life when I was so caught up in other people's expectation that I forgot what made me happy. I couldn't remember the last time I did something for myself, not for someone else. I felt like a painting where everyone else had chosen the colors, and I was just holding the brush. Self-discovery is exactly where this all changes. It's like finding ourselves all over again. It's like being lost for years and finally finding a map that shows you the way home. Dreaming gives us the power to look at that map and see what's truly in our hearts. Dreaming isn't just an escape from reality. It's a way of understanding reality, the reality within ourselves, the challenges. You might ask, how do I do this? How do I start dreaming again? The first step is self-acceptance. Accept that the life you dream of might be different from the one you have right now, and that's perfectly okay. Don't judge yourself. for who you are not. The second step is solitude. Spend just 10 minutes a day by yourself. Put your phone away. Close your eyes and let your mind wander freely. It might be hard at first, but slowly that inner voice that has been quiet for so long will start to speak again. This voice will tell you what you like and what you don't. It will tell you why you stay away from certain people or why a certain activity doesn't make you happy. You just have to listen. One of the biggest lessons I learned from watercolor painting is the power of the present moment. You know how it is? When you work with watercolor, you can't completely control them. The water and color spread and things happen that you didn't plan for. At first, this might be annoying. You want everything to be exactly as you imagine. But slowly, you learn to let go. You learn to create a new kind of beauty from that unexpected event. Life is exactly the same. How often do we get lost in the past with regret or lost in the future with anxiety? The power of the present moment reminds us that the only place we can take action is right now. For me, painting has become a kind of meditation. When I'm moving the brush on the paper, I'm only there. There is no past and no future. It's just me, the color, and this moment. This small practice has slowly crept into my whole life and taught me to enjoy the small moments without worry about what hasn't happened yet. Once I was painting landscape, an extra drop of water fell, and the blue of the sky spread onto the yellow of the ground, turning everything green. At first, I was so upset. I thought I had ruined it. But then I looked at it. That unexpected green had given the painting a new feeling, like a fresh light. That's when I understood that life is the same. Sometimes unexpected events are the new color that make our painting special and unique. Now, let's talk about our relationships. When we are in the process of finding ourselves, what happened to our relationships? Living as your true self in a world where everyone pretends is big challenge. In the world of Instagram, everyone tries to show the best version of themselves, perfect lives, flawless relationship. This leads us to constantly compare ourselves to others and feel anxious. But self-discovery gives us the power to be real instead of comparing. When you know and love yourself, you don't need to pretend to get others' attention. This confidence allows you to start healthier relationships. You find friends who you love you for who you are, not for the frame of your life. I had a friend who always tried to seem cool and carefree in groups. She would always say, "I don't care what others think." But deep down, she was very sensitive and was always stressed about what others were saying. When she finally gave herself a chance to be real, she was able to start deeper relationship with people who loved her for who she was, with all her sensitivities. It's so important that we connect with people who inspire us and help us grow instead of comparing with us. If you ask me, the most important thing I've learned on this journey of self-discovery is, I'd say, finding my personal why. You might ask, what is why? A why is the reason we get up in the morning. It's that goal that goes beyond money and status. For me, my why was that I wanted to use art to help myself and others see the world as a more beautiful place. Each of us has a personal why. Maybe your why is to help others. Maybe it's to start your own business, or maybe it's just to learn how to live a peaceful life. Finding this why is like having a compass in life. When you get lost or confused, this why shows you the way. Imagine you are a ship sailing in the ocean of life. Many winds can blow you this way and that. The wind of society expectations, the wind of family opinions, the wind of jealousy and comparison. If you don't have your own personal compass, you might be blown in a different direction every moment and never reach your destination. Finding your why help you stand strong and find your own destination. I want to tell you that the painting of your life is not an empty canvas. It's a canvas full of color that have you come from your experience, your failure, and your victories. Maybe some of the color are dark, but they are a part of who you are. It doesn't matter how old you are or what your job or life is like. What matters is what you pick up the brush of your life and start painting. This time with the colors that only you love. I hope these words have added a beautiful color to your world, like a gentle paintbrush. I want to give you a challenge. Tonight, before you check your phone, just think about yourself for a few minutes. Ask yourself, what made me happy today? And what do I really want right now? You might not find the answer, but just by starting to ask, you are taking the first step towards discovering your inner world. We spend so much of our lives looking for answers and approval from the outside world. We read self-help books and we seek advice from friends. We scroll through social media from validation. But what if the most important conversation, the most profound scroll of wisdom has always been right there, in the quiet space of our own thoughts? I want to talk about how simple paintbrush and canvas can help us see that inner dialogue. Just like we learn to ask art to find our color, we can use it to find our voice, the one that's been drowned out by the noise of the world and our own inner critic. Unmasking in the inner dialogue, let's explore this inner voice. Have you ever noticed that you are talking to yourself all day long? You might be judging an outfit in the mirror, replaying a conversation in your head, or worrying about a meeting tomorrow. That's your inner dialogue at work. For a long time, I thought that voice was just me. It was constant stream of commentary that felt like the truth. But one day, while painting, I had a breakthrough. I was trying to mix the perfect shade of blue, and it wasn't working. The voice in my head immediately said, "You are terrible at this. You should just give up." It was about to put the brush down, but then I paused. For the first time, I separate myself from the thought. It was an aha moment. I realized that this thought wasn't me. It was just a thought. It was an old judgmental voice that had been with me for years, a recording from my past. Our inner dialogue isn't a single voice. It's more like a room full of people talking at once. You have the critic, the one who finds flaws in everything you do. Then there's the guides, your intuition, The quiet feeling that tells you when something is right or wrong. And finally, there is the dreamer, the creative voice that whispers possibility and new ideas. I want you to take a moment and just listen. What's the dominant voice in your head? Is it a loud, nagging critic, a gentle guide, or the helpful dreamer? Recognizing this voice is the first step to taking control of your mind. Taming the inner critic. The biggest obstacle to self-discovery is the inner critic. It's the voice that makes you sound guess yourself. That one that says, "You're not good enough, don't take that risk," or "What will others think?" We often treat this critic like an enemy we have to defeat, but I've learned that it's better to treat it like a scared friend. This voice isn't trying to hurt you, it's trying to protect you. It's a survival mechanism that learned long ago to keep you safe by avoiding risk and staying in your comfort zone. But now it's holding you back. I had a friend who wanted to start her own podcast. She had so many great ideas, but every time she sat down to record, her inner critic would scream, "Your voice is boring. No one will listen. What if you fail?" This voice was so loud, she couldn't hear anything else. One day, I told her to talk to the voice, to say, "Hey, I hear you. You are trying to protect me from failure. And I appreciate that, but I've got this. I'm going to try. And it's okay if it's not perfect." It was a simple change, but it shifted everything. She stopped fighting the voice and started to calmly acknowledge it. So here's a challenge for you. The next time your inner critic speaks, you don't fight it. Just acknowledge it. You can even write down what it's saying. Get the words out of your head and onto a piece of paper. This practice of separating yourself from the thought is a powerful way to reduce its power. Remember, you have thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Building a positive inner dialogue. Now that we have learned to identify and tame the critic, let's talk about building a positive, supportive inner voice. This is where we go from just listening to ourselves to shaping our inner world. One of the most effective tools I've found for this is journalism. Think of your journal as a mirror for your mind. When you write, you are not just recording events. You're capturing your thoughts and feelings. It's a way to get out of your head and onto the page. Here's a simple practice to get you a start before the bed. Grab a journal and answer just 3 questions. What made me feel alive today? What was my biggest challenge and what did I learn from it? What is one thing I'm grateful for right now? By doing this, you're not just complaining or worrying. You are actively engaging with your experience and finding the lessons in them. You're giving the guide and the dreamer a chance to speak. This is exactly like what I learned from painting. Remember how I told you about unexpected drop of water that turned the yellow ground green? At first, my inner critic saw it as a mistake, but with a new perspective, I saw it as a beautiful, unique part of my painting. Life is the same. The unexpected drop of water, the failure, the rejections, the setbacks aren't mistakes. They are new color, new opportunities to create something unique and beautiful. When we change our inner dialogue from one of regret to one of curiosity and learning, our entire life painting changes. In the end, your inner dialogue is the most important relationship you have. It's the one that determines your happiness, your confidence, and your ability to live your personal why. My challenge to you today is to start paying attention to your inner world. Don't wait for external validation. You have the power to create a supportive, loving environment within yourself. Pick up the paintbrush of your life. Listen to your true voice and paint with the color that only you can love. Thank you so much for being here and watching this video. If it gave you even a little spark of hope or good feeling, share it with me in a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And always remember, no matter how tough life feels, you are never alone in your challenges. Until next time, take care of yourself.